Good morning. It is Saturday and it is 6:45 and I'm taking off. I'm going to get Bug's truck and then I am headed to Iowa. I'm going to pick up a couple, well, at least one skid loader attachment at the new land that I'm purchasing. It has a lot of brush, a lot of debris. There's garbage all over the place, spread over 5 acres of land. So I'm picking up a brush grapple, or a root rake, I think it's called technically. The best one that I found, I was looking all over, was in Iowa. There's a guy there, his name is Joe, and he welds them. And I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, and it is super heavy duty. It's the heaviest brush grapple that I've ever seen. So I'm gonna go there, pick it up. There's also another attachment that I'm interested in. I'm not positive that I'm gonna buy it, and it is a tree/post puller. So basically it has it's a long snout on the attachment, and then, you know, it clamps down on trees or posts or whatever, and then you can just lift them out of the ground. And I want to buy that for a specific purpose, which I'll show you. So I'm heading out. I'm gonna grab some coffee, and I didn't take the garbage out this morning. I'll just admit that. I skipped my responsibility. It is Saturday. So we'll go grab some coffee and then we'll head over there. I am at the yard. There's a couple things I need to do before I leave. Number one is I got to switch vehicles. I got to take Bug's truck so I can put the attachment or attachments in the bed. Wouldn't work with my F-150. And then I have to go do an estimate for a driveway, which is really close to here, just about 5 minutes from here, so not a big deal there. So we're gonna go unhook this trailer, go do our estimate, and then we're heading to Iowa. I'll show you something on these jacks. Some guys don't know this. More guys than you would think don't know this. So if you have a long way to jack, for instance, that spring-loaded end of the jack, that's as far down as I can get it. So you got quite a way down to jack to the ground. So you don't have to jack it like this. You pull it out, hopefully you can see this. You pull it out like that, you bring it up, and then you use the two bent parts and you spin it like this. It's the fastest way to jack down if you have to go a long distance. There you go. Pro tip of the day. And then once it hits the ground, obviously you need the leverage, so slide it back in and go for it.
We're a window and door company.
Every time. All right, let's go do this bid real quick. This was a referral, and referrals are always the best because the people already trust you. You don't have to gain their trust. You already have 1 foot in the door, to put it that way. Morning. Well, I just did the estimate. I didn't really do the estimate. It's a really big driveway, and he's got a landscape drawing, so he's going to email me with the square footage on the drawing and make it a lot easier for me, because it was a really odd shape they had on the drawing. So I'm gonna give him a bid once I get that square footage, but that one's looking pretty good since it was a referral. Like I said, you always have an advantage. So I'm headed to Iowa now. It's a 4-hour drive from where I am, so I'll stop a couple times along the way. Just got off the highway. I've been driving, I don't know, for a couple hours. I'm in Sparta, Wisconsin, and I'm out of diesel fuel, and I'm hungry. So we're gonna fill up and get back on the road. There we go. Squeaky fresh cheese curds. That's one thing we do well in Wisconsin, is cheese. I drank like 4 of these yesterday, and now I realize why I was amped last night. It's got caffeine in it. It's not really what I'm looking for. Oh, sassy barbecue. Mango habanero. I'm going with the sassy barbecue. Cheese is all right. It's made here in Wisconsin, in Coloma. Stone Ridge, excuse me. It's all right. It doesn't taste super fresh. It's not squeaky, but it tastes pretty good. We are in Cresco, Iowa, and the place where I'm going is on this road, and it is a gravel road. They have gravel roads out here in Iowa in the boonies. When I was in Kansas, they had the same thing. Not used to seeing this in Wisconsin though. This is about as farmland as it gets out here. There's farm as far as the eye can see. There's a lot of mature hardwoods too. Really nice. I feel like I'm in the Dukes of Hazzard, just driving down gravel roads. You guys got gravel roads where you live? Wherever we live, definitely not. These attachments better be as good as they look on the pictures, because this was I think I said 5 hours, but it was actually just a little over 4. It wasn't as far as I thought it was. Made it. See, this is awesome. This is the kind of, you know, guy that I love buying stuff from. Guy way out in rural Iowa, just welding attachments behind his house in his, you know, steel pole shed. You already know they're good. Like, you know he makes quality stuff. It's super quiet out here. You can't hear any road noise at all. Hello. There you are. How's it going? Good. Man, you live in the boonies out here. Like way in the boonies.
Joe.
Nice to meet you. Man, you got some big hands.
Oh.
So
Not any bigger than yours, I'd say.
Man, you got some nice stuff here.
Thanks.
So you must have you don't do this yourself.
Yeah.
You make all these by yourself in the shop.
Yep.
That's crazy. Because each one of these, that's a lot of man hours right there.
It's yeah, they're 15, well, yeah, pushing 15 to 20, depending on what they are.
That's less than I thought, but you're probably really good at it.
That's painting and assembling. Yeah.
It would take me 20 hours just to think about where to start.
Well, that's just it. You know, the first ones, they take longer.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
But
how long you been doing this? And how did you get started?
3 years about. When I really started using the CAD program type thing, but I'd say, you know, it was 12 years ago or so, and it's just Dad had a attachment for a skid steer for a case, an older one, manure one, and actually a welding shop converted it over to the quick attach Bobcat because Dad had gotten one of them by then. But anyways, I took this here old manure fork and made a tree puller out of it because I had the hookup, the quick attach, whatever. So I just had some material laying around and had a hand plasma.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My brother actually has it up at mom's right now. So
Still going.
yeah. I got a guy that does the CAD work for me. I tell him what I want. He puts it together, and then we meet up and see what I want changed or whatnot. A guy in Dodge Center, Minnesota, that does.
We're pretty close to Minnesota right now, right?
I'm only like 3 and 4 miles.
Yeah, we're right there.
Yeah. He does all the laser cutting.
Okay.
Cuts all the material out for me. So,
when are you getting your own laser cutter? Come on.
I don't think I will be. Because then I gotta get employees.
Yeah, it's true. I thought you would have employees because it's a lot of work.
I don't.
7 acres.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you lived here?
2009.
Okay.
I moved in here. Yep.
So you've been you ship these around?
We do
the
ship
Midwest?
once in a while. They do get shipped. Somebody will actually got a rock bucket or a stump bucket going out next week to Illinois.
Okay.
So there's a few people that will ship it, but it's expensive.
Oh yeah,
and
it's heavy. That's awesome though. You get to do what you want to. I mean, I know you enjoy this.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what are we looking at today?
This one right here.
This one right here?
This is the root rake, the 84-inch.
All right. What a beast.
This is a root rake.
Yeah, I think that's going to be perfect because, man, I don't know. I don't know if this is just going to be too narrow of an opening.
The rock bucket. This here it is.
Yeah.
Grab a lot there. You're still going to get a lot of dirt in there, and then if you got the roots.
That's the problem. I think it's going to get clogged up a lot and with dirt and not do really what I want it to do. I think this is going to be perfect. I mean, I got a lot of brush, a lot of wood, logs, debris, garbage, and all that kind of stuff, and I think this is going to work better.
Yeah.
So how thick, man? These are thick. How thick is this?
This is 3/4.
3/4.
These are 5/8.
Man.
This is 1/2 inch, either 3/8 or 1/2 inch.
The tube?
That tube there is. Yeah, there's a 3-inch. Something tells me it's a 3/8. I'm thinking it's a 3/8.
You said you were going to be working on some protectors for this at some point, eh?
Yeah, he does have. We do have one for them. He's got it all drawn up. Not real.
So you got, this is the root. You call it a root
rake.
Root rake, rock bucket.
Yep.
And then this is just a grapple bucket.
Yeah, that'd be a solid bottom grapple.
Yep. That's some thick steel, man.
Brush grapples over here. These are a little bit wider spacing.
These over here are brush grapples.
Yeah. Yep.
What size are these guys?
This here's an 84 and a 72.
Okay. Yeah, either one of those I think would work for me. What do you think? What is the difference? Just the front tines, right?
They're opened up right in here more. They're opened up in here.
Yeah.
You know, that space here. Them, I want to say that's 8 inches.
Yeah.
From the.
I still think that one's gonna do better.
Yeah, from the gusset. Yeah.
Yeah. You make tree and stump pullers too, right?
Yeah, stump bucket.
Yeah.
And, tree pullers.
Yeah, the tree pullers. You have any of those here?
I have one painted, but it's not assembled.
Oh, can I see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
These are your horses?
Yeah.
Man, how many do you have? 6, 8?
Thinking about 14.
Oh,
well,
14.
12 adults maybe. Then we got 4 babies over there.
So do you have horses for fun, or you breed them and sell them, or what's the purpose?
Youngsters, we sell some young ones.
Okay.
Otherwise, we just do a lot of trail riding.
Oh yeah, you just enjoy them. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Those are some nice looking horses, though. You can take good care of them.
Yeah.
Like their coats are like shiny in the sun.
Yep. Them. The one up by the drinker is the wife. She's an old paint. Not even sure how old she is. The other 2 are 2-year-olds. They came out of. You
got? Can I see them a little closer?
Sure. Yeah.
How long have you owned horses?
We have had horses quite some time. We used to live up by Mankato, Minnesota area. And we had a few of them up there. And, we've had horses before.
They're pretty friendly, huh?
What's that?
They're really friendly? What do they not like? Like if somebody goes up and touches a part of their body they don't like?
Well, yeah.
Or just kind of like...
I just kind of watch their ears. Okay, so you know, this is a young one, so
yeah.
Any little hand movement, they're a flight.
So you
obviously a flight animal, so.
So you just got to do like slow movements.
Pretty much, because these are so young. These are pretty young here. These two here. Yeah, but if you have a lead rope and halter in your hand, they probably won't come up to you very well.
No,
because they kind of know. Yep. This one here, both of these are actually out of our stud on the other side. He's out in the, he's 22 this year.
Wow. How long the horses live? That's pretty old, isn't it?
We have a friend of ours that my wife works with. She's got a gelding that's 34.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're pretty.
This one's really curious.
Yeah.
Like he wants to see how I taste, I think.
But these here are our new ones.
Oh, cool.
See the barring on that one's leg on the bottom, on the other side of mom?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's, and you can kind of see it in this one here too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep. That's
that was a pretty cool sound they make, like higher pitched.
Yep. A zebra. Hey,
you guys are too curious.
Back up.
Oh, we were going to look at this.
Tree puller.
The tree puller, yeah.
Yeah. Now with the cylinders on, she's going to be. It's only going to go so far.
So is this a 2-cylinder then? Both sides move?
This is a dual jaw.
Okay. And then you have one that's one side is stationary.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's the difference? Why would somebody prefer one over the other?
These two open up a little further, a little bit.
Okay.
You're still not going to pull out that much bigger of a tree.
Yeah.
You're not going to pull out that much. The only advantage I see it, well, obviously, I've heard people say, well, the dual jaws, it's always in the center. You're always working in the center. The single jaw, it's just off to the side a little bit. It isn't much.
Yeah,
it isn't much.
Like I said, we have a lot of implement dealers, a lot of stuff, but you know, I like doing business with a guy like you. You know, you're building this stuff out in your shop, and I know you're doing high quality work. So, it's a lot of welds.
This is a single jaw.
Yeah. That's what you've been working on today already?
Yeah, yep. This here I built yesterday and the day before, a couple days on that one. A little bit on. These here are the guards for across the top. Bolted on the top there. Brush guard.
Oh yeah, this one here.
Yep.
So it'll come up like this.
Yep.
That part, yep. Why? How did you end up in Iowa? Were you born? Oh, you said you were in Minnesota. Were you born in Minnesota then, and then you moved over here?
Yep.
Not far from here?
Actually, Mankato area would be northwest of here.
Quite a ways, or?
It takes about Mankato itself takes about 2.5 hours to get
okay.
here.
Was it pretty rural, just like here?
Yeah.
Similar, I figure. Normally, once you're born into something, you tend to stay that way.
Yeah.
You know, the rural guys don't like moving to the big city.
No.
So.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna get you a check, and then we can get loaded up. I said no AC in your shop.
No, I ain't got that far yet neither.
Someday, right?
Yeah.
That would be nice. I'll take the side off my truck.
Okay, yes.
And then we'll load it up. Check's good, I promise.
Oh, that's all right. You be the first if it's not. Put it that way.
Yeah, no, it's good. Oh yeah, plenty of room.
There's a couple cards there for you.
Joe's Attachments. All right, well, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, looks like you make some great equipment. Thanks. So I'm looking forward to using it.
Yes.
I'm gonna give it a shot later this afternoon.
Awesome.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have for a skid steer again?
I have a T320 Bobcat.
Okay, 320. Yep.
And then I have a New Holland Track skid steer, brand new. It's same size. But
okay, sure.
I don't use that one in the brush. I'm not using that one at all right now. It's still brand new. So I'm waiting for the 320 to go down.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So what was this deal here with your Victor Outdoor Service? I mean, on your YouTube deal?
Yeah. So I have a YouTube channel and then a big Facebook page.
Okay.
So I make videos. We do concrete work primarily, residential concrete work. Do a lot of driveways, a lot of stamped concrete, decorative, that type of thing. And I started posting videos a little over 2 years ago.
Okay.
And it got pretty popular. So.
Okay.
Yep. If you don't mind, you'll be seen a few times on the internet.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably get you a little business.
Well, if I can hear who it comes from, I send them a little something. I mean, you know, if a customer comes in, now if you were to tell me, oh, so and so told me about it, somebody that they bought from me.
Well, if they say something, that's fine, but I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah,
I want you to just do good, you know.
That's basically, you know, I don't have no sales department.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. So. Well, thank you very much, man.
Hey,
thanks again.
Man.
Yep.
Safe
so, one last thing before I go, I want you to make me a 2-jaw tree puller.
Okay, a dual jaw.
Yeah,
okay.
Give me a dual jaw. I'm gonna come back and pick that up too. You know, later on this summer, maybe in August or something like that. 2000 or 2001. I don't even remember. It's so old. But it's a 7.3. Yep. It's the good one.
Yep.
And it only has about 130 on it, and it's clean. I just put the flatbed on last winter.
Okay. All right.
I built this bumper myself.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, because it only came with this skirt.
Yeah.
And I added all this on because I really didn't like that it was so high up. You could see right under the truck. It was really lame.
Yep.
Now it looks good. I got steps to go up, lights.
Yep.
You like my work?
Yes.
I mean, it's not as good as yours, but it's okay.
It looks good. It looks good.
All right.
It looks good.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Hey, safe trip back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you much for the business.
Yes, sir. So this is him. Joe's Attachments. Joe at joesattachments.com, and I'm gonna put him out there because he's one of the kind of guys that you want to succeed. I'll tell you, it's about 92 degrees right now. It's hot, hotty, and he's out there welding in his shop, which is very hot. And he works by himself, so he welds those, he paints them, everything by himself. You have to be self-motivated to do that. That is really hard to stay after it when you're all alone, when you don't have anybody to joke with and interact with all day long. You're just welding by yourself, painting by yourself in the hot steel pole barn. So if you're anywhere in the area, Minnesota, Iowa, the Midwest really, you know, I'm all the way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I drove 4 hours to come here because his attachments are great, and we found out that he's an awesome guy. So if you're looking for any of those attachments, give him a call, shoot him an email. It's super good stuff, super well built, and a great guy. All right, I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna grab some lunch somewhere. I might stop and video a little bit more for that, we'll see. But if I don't, we'll show some live action of this attachment when we get back to the land. Are you looking for a ride, or what are you looking for?
Yeah, I gotta go to Menards and La Crosse and get me an air conditioner.
Where do you live?
Sweet apartment.
You don't have no ride?
If I had that, I wouldn't be out here, brother.
I can get you to Menards. I just won't have time to bring you back because I got an appointment later today.
That's okay, brother. Don't stress it, man.
All right, let me move some stuff. Don't do nothing weird on my truck or I'll kick you out.
I ain't no weirdo, bro.
All right.
I used to be a trucker.
All right. I wish I could give you a ride back, but I'm just not going to be able to.
Don't worry about it. I appreciate the help getting there. It's better than most of the town folks are there. I had 300 miles to get to the bottom.
We're going over to Mississippi right now. It's a beautiful day. It's hot, but at least it ain't raining. All right, man. Well, good luck with everything.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Hope everything works out for you.
God will know. God will know.
I gave him a quick ride. Well, it wasn't a quick ride. It was kind of a long ride, but it was sort of kind of where I was going anyway. It wasn't a big deal. So we talked, and he's got kind of a rough story. So I'll just leave it at that. So heading home. Long drive home still. Okay, I am just pulling in to the new land here. It's 5:17. That was a long day of driving. I don't really like driving that much in one day, but I'm glad we went and met up with Joe. So let me shut this truck off here. I'm gonna talk for just a minute. Okay, so this video is gonna be just a little bit out of order. I've actually been doing a little bit of work on this land already. So the owner of this property, he's a friend of mine, and I asked him permission. I said, hey, do you think I could start working over here, cleaning up and removing some of the brush and just kind of organizing, thinking things through, and he gave me full permission. So I've been working here. I think I put about three days in so far, and I'm not going to go past here and show you what's going on because I put a lot of work in over there, and it's actually taken shape already. I did a little bit of work over here. You know, this is just all grown up brush, kind of like this over here, and I've been removing that. This is the area where it really needs a lot of fill down there. But anyways, I did a bunch of other things too. It's going really good. So I'm gonna go grab the skid steer. Is here already. It's down over there. I'm gonna grab the skid steer, grab the grapple, and I'm not sure how much time I'm gonna have. I'm gonna try to show the grapple in action for just a few minutes here. I have a few minutes, but we're gonna see a lot of the grapple. I have a lot of this kind of stuff to do on that side of the land too, and I'm telling you, there's a big mess. There's garbage. I already cleaned a lot of garbage, but there's garbage kind of like this here, buckets and just containers, and there's blocks and bricks, chunks of concrete, plastic scattered through this entire 5 acres. And I did get quite a bit of it cleaned up already, but there's still a ton. So the grapple's gonna come in handy. I think it's gonna work great. I'm gonna grab the skid steer, pull it down, and then just work it for a few minutes. I'll set up a tripod and show you how it works, and then I got to get home. One thing that I did want to mention is I made a decision, and I have decided to move over to this land this year. So I'm making an area where we're going to be able to store our trucks. I'm going to try to get electricity over there and, you know, move our dumpster and everything over here this year. I was just thinking about it, and I was like, why not? There's no reason not to. This yard will have everything that the other yard has, plus a lot more room. And then I'll be able to just jump in a skid loader or whatever after work anytime I want, and it's already here. I don't have to go back and forth, and I'll be able to just, you know, put a couple hours in here and there. And I think throughout the course of the summer, I'll be able to get all this land, you know, cleaned up and graded and all that. Hook up these hoses and see. That's nice. He put these, I don't know, a serrated plate on here so you can step down without killing yourself. That's kind of nice. Hoses aren't binding up on anything. Everything seems good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not everything is good. We got a leaker. We got a leaker. I think Joe forgot to tighten a fitting. Yeah, fitting's loose right here. Joe, it's only finger tight. Oh, I don't think I have any tools on this truck at all. Let me see. I think, oh, Bug's bucket is in here. He usually has a vice grips. Let's see. Please have a vice grips, Bugs, because I'm dying to try this. Alright, I'm gonna check the other one just to make sure. Alright, I got those fittings tightened up. So hopefully it'll be good now. I don't have a wrench to really tighten it, and I have a hard time getting the vice grips in there. So hopefully it'll work for just a minute here. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I want to use it as a rake and get all the, as much as I can, the organic material, the brush and the small trees and the larger rocks, get that all out of here. So then I can just push the soil around and not have to worry about all the organic material that's in the ground. Because like I said earlier, I think I said earlier, you can't have just all that organic material and brush and sticks and trees and branches and all that stuff mixed in with the soil buried. Because when you go to build on it, that stuff rots away, and what'll happen is you'll get settling on your building. So that's really the whole purpose. You can't just come in here with a bulldozer and just bury everything. You just can't do it, or you'll have problems with the building later. So I'm gonna keep going for a minute. I still have a few minutes here, but that's what I'm looking for right there. See, then when you get enough of a pile, you can just pick up all the garbage that you just raked out, and then dirt falls out, and then you're left with majority of dirt. Some of the little stuff, the weeds and stuff, that's fine. You just can't have like all that stuff in there. So I'm gonna get in there and get some of that bigger stuff. Actually, I got some behind me I'm gonna go to. Okay, this thing is working really good. Ground is really hard right here. It hasn't rained in like 3 weeks here, so that's not helping, obviously. With just a little bit, not too much moisture, just a little bit of moisture, I think things will go a little bit quicker. But it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So that's good. I'm happy with it. I know it ain't gonna break. So besides the loose fittings, this thing is super beefy, super strong. I'll show you how it works on that garbage pile over there. I'll pick up some of that real quick. Yeah, if I can get all the land that's full of brush, you know, something like this, I'd be satisfied with that. Even some of this stuff here, you know, I'm okay with this. I'm sure this would be fine if I bulldoze it in. I'm gonna have to get a bulldozer or excavator. It's a giant pile. This whole thing here is really high. It's really low down there, and the skid steer is just, you know, it's a skid loader. You know, it can do a lot of work, but that's asking a lot of it. So if I can get it like this all the way, the only issue that I'm gonna have on this property is I'm going to have some giant brush piles, and I don't really know what to do with it. The only place that I know takes it, it's really expensive to dump. So I'm gonna have to look around and figure out if there's another place I can dump for cheaper. right, unfortunately that's all I can film for today. I got to get home. I'm running late, but the attachment works super good. It's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So I just have a lot of work to do here. But I'm happy to get a head start on it. Shout out to my friend who is allowing me to work on the land before I even own it. So I really appreciate that. Just getting a head start. So once we get in here, that'll accelerate the process. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.